Hey guys, we are going to stay on the international theme. And I always tell people, I say, you know what? Having an international platform is a great competitive advantage to you out in our industry, just because of the way people are connected. And I got to tell you, this next guy is known as Mr. International. He's got a growing team globally. You'll never know where he's off to next. He was recently featured on our Success Club Message of the Month. Give it up for brand new ambassador, Mr. Jed Buenaluz. Wow. Good afternoon. I can't see that far. I just hear the noise. All right, guys. All right, we're good. How many new people are in the room today? First ever convention. Wow. Give them a round of applause. I remember 3 years ago, I stepped into Vegas at an international convention. And man, I remember I saw so many people walk up on stage. And I said, one day, I'm gonna be like them. And I don't know about you guys, but it's some of the new people in this room today, it's probably eating you up inside, that maybe you didn't work a little bit harder. But I want to encourage you today that every single one of you guys, we look forward to seeing you walk on stage here and being in black chairs. I want to do this real quick before I share my story. If you have received a check in Vemma, can you please stand up? So is it working, yes or yes? Raise your hand real quickly if you have frenzied in Vemma. Is it working, yes or yes? Raise your other hand if you got a brand new car from Vemma. So is it working, yes or yes? Awesome, give them a round of applause, guys. Well, my story, 3 years ago, I was going to school full time, and I was in a point in my life where I was just stuck and frustrated. Has anybody ever felt that way before? And it wasn't just me, because I was taught, I'm Filipino, so I was taught, like everybody, go to school, get good, and eventually get a high paying, and then you have to work really, and we don't know what happens after that, true. And I was taught to do that. But here's what happened. I looked around my family members. I looked around, you know, the circle of people that I was with, and they followed the system, but they were still living paycheck to what? Paycheck. Can anybody relate to that, guys? And I was praying for a miracle in my life, because I was in a point in my life where I needed something different. And I was working 3 jobs at the time, all minimum wage, on the top ramen diet. How many ever had top ramen before? College, YPR, how many ever had top ramen before? What about the dollar menu diet? That's where I was at. And, you know, a blessing came my way when a friend of mine reached out to me. And she said, you gotta come take a look at Verve. And the first thing I said, guys, was I'm not interested. I was one of those people that had a big ego and a small bank account. Can anybody relate to that? I'm not interested. She calls me 5 minutes afterwards and says, that's why I need you to come take a look at the information so you can get interested. And guess what I said? I'm not interested. 5 minutes after that, she says, I'm picking you up so you could see the information so you can get interested. And guess what I said? I'm not interested. And she gets to my door and she says, I'll buy you lunch. Now, As a broke college student, how many would agree anything free is a good thing? And guess what I said? I'm one. I'm interested. So that day, I got kidnapped. I got a muffin and a coffee for lunch, man. And I got kidnapped to come to an event. And I believe in life, everything happens for a reason. Can anybody relate to that? And that day, I met some phenomenal people. I met my big bro, Mr. Brad Alcazam right here, my mentor. I met a handful of people. I met Chuck and Sally Wing. I met Rika, Natasha, and Holly. Phenomenal people. And here's what I got excited about. I got excited about that night about residual income. I got excited about that night about the concept of doing something one time and getting paid for a lifetime. And that night, they did not beg me to join the business. Matter of fact, they blessed me. So maybe we could, and if you're in a situation where you're begging people, guys, you have an opportunity that could change the world. You are blessing people. So can we say that out loud? We are blessing people. We are blessing people with this opportunity. That night I was blessed to meet phenomenal people. And I understood residual income. And for those who maybe heard my story before, and maybe haven't heard it, residual income means you're getting paid all the time. So when you're sleeping, you're making what? When you're having fun, you're making what? When you're making babies, you're making what? Residual income means you're getting paid all the time. And I got excited about that, guys. When in a short period of months, I was able to leave my 3 jobs. A few months after that, got into a brand new car. And I got excited about that because I remember meeting with Brad, and I was driving a 1987 van at the time. I don't know if you know what that looks like. How many remember Scooby-Doo? I was driving that van. And I said, Brad, if this is really going to work, man, I got to get into a brand new car. I mean, I was literally selling the dream but living the nightmare. And months after that, hit the rank called executive. And this is where the story has a little bit of a unique twist. I hit executive, but I got stuck. I was stuck, guys, for over 12 months. 12 what? Months. How many, I know some of the people here, maybe you're there right now. Maybe you're thinking to yourself, man, I need a rank advance. And I was stuck. I was frustrated. I didn't know what to do. I get a phone call from BK. And I'm in Atlanta, Georgia. BK goes, so, when are you on Elite? When are you going to sit in this black chair? And I said, I'm working it. And he goes, you know, you got to build 2 legs, right? You know, there's, you know, and I'm like, you know, I got it, BK, I got it. And I think that day literally put a spark. This was a couple months ago, a spark in me. And there is a difference between winners and whiners. How many would agree with that? How many winners are in this room today? How many winners are on this side today? The middle side, winners. And this side. That night, I reevaluated. I literally started from scratch once again. And here's what I want to encourage you guys, that if you're stuck right now, if you're frustrated, there's hope. You can make it happen. And here's the difference. Here's the difference between whiners and winners. Winners just do a little bit more. Do a little bit more. They do a little bit more meetings. They do a little bit more phone calls. They do just a little bit more. Maybe so you need to pick up that phone call to make one more phone call. Maybe you need to do that extra meeting. Maybe you need to drive to another meeting after your meeting. And I found out that it was just a little bit, it was just this much that was separating me from going from where I was at to where I wanted to be. It was this much. It's that one more phone call. It's that one more meeting. It's that one more training you have to go to. It's that one more one-on-one. It's that one more encouragement. It's that one more hour of staying up with your team. It's this much, guys, this much. And what happened there literally revolutionized my whole life. I made a commitment, and guys, it's not what you want in life, it's what you're committed to. Because commitment is something you said you were going to do long after the feeling has passed. And within a short period of months after that, went presidential, star presidential, skipped that rank, and ambassador today. Now, I got like 2 minutes here. And I was in the hallway just yesterday, and people were asking me, you know, what the difference is. And here's the difference. The difference between an elite member and a silver or a gold or a diamond is an elite member just has more bronzes than you. An elite member just has more bronzes than you. Bronzes. Does that make sense? An elite member just has more bronzes. 1 bronze a day keeps poverty away. One bronze a day keeps what? Poverty away. And I'm going to give you guys 2 things that we live by. The first rule, if you want to take some notes real quickly before my time is up, the first rule is when we get somebody started in the business, we get people paid and promoted. We get people paid and what? Paid and what? And rule number 2 is just don't forget rule number 1. And so with that, I want to end with this. Let's take this company to a multi-billion-dollar company. I know we need to step up. We need to take this company and dominate the industry. Let's make a revolution. Let's step up. Stand up to your feet if you say you want to make a revolution in our industry. Let's get jacked. Let's get fired up. Let's take this company to a $1 billion company. Let's get rich.